Hi everyone and welcome back. It's Mindy with Mindy Egan Design, and today I'm going to be doing some Copic coloring with a new stamp set from Kraftin Kimmie Stamps, and this one is a little rhino from the Wild Ones stamp set. So what I wanted to try was some Copic coloring on Kraft cardstock. I'll be honest, I've never colored on Kraft before, but I really like the look of it, so I thought I'd give it a shot. I'm doing the same thing as I normally would if I was coloring on white cardstock. So what I do is I take my darkest color, which is the B26, and I'm just going over where all my darkest parts are going to be, that I feel are going to be my darkest areas. So I'm going over those with the darkest color, and then what I'll do is come in and start blending that out with my range of Copic markers that I picked. I have all of my supplies listed down below in the video and also on my blog, so you can reference that at any time. I do try and have the caps available there. Some of them might be a little small to notice, but I did try and have those posted for you there. So here's the B24, and I'm just going in and I'm blending out my darkest color over the B26 that I had just outlined. This is quite a different look for me, I will admit. I didn't struggle as much as I thought I would, but it was a little different for me. I love the end result, especially with a coloring medium that I bring in towards the end. I think really made this image pop. Now here we have the B23. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm just starting to blend those out a little bit to where the highlight area would be. So it's going to leave those highlight areas there. And now here is the B21, and this is the color that honestly really threw me off with the Kraft cardstock underneath. So I wasn't sure how I was feeling with it about this at this point, but I kept going and I went back over everything with my darkest color again. And this I typically would do regardless, whether it was white cardstock or Kraft. I would always come back in just because I really like to add depth to my images. So I'm just going back over all of those darkest areas again to really draw those out. And then I have the B24, and I'm coming back in with that again, going over all those areas, blending that out, and now I'm starting to feel a little bit better about this. It's starting to look the way I thought it was going to. And I jumped over to the B21. Now, being that this is Kraft, I wasn't sure how much I could layer, so I kind of skipped some parts there. And now this is where I was really happy with the turnout of it, is I added this white POLYCHROMOS pencil, and I just very lightly came in with that pencil and went over the highlighted areas. And I love how this came out. This was honestly my first time bringing in a colored pencil like this over the highlight areas, and I'm so glad I did, because this really made my depth stand out. It really made the highlight areas pop out a little bit more. So I definitely recommend this on Kraft. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to do the feet. There isn't a lot to this, so you don't need to add a lot. I just went over a little bit of the areas to add some shadows and then blended that out with my lighter colors and came back in with that white pencil again. So this was a really simple image to color. I know I sped the video up, but it really doesn't take that long to come together at all. I think honestly this whole card took me probably about 20 minutes. But I also do really color fast, so that might be part of it too. Now to finish off the card, I'm taking that same rhino stamp and I'm stamping it onto some post-it note tape. I want to create a mask for it just to cover my image, protect my image, because I'm going to add some Distress Oxide ink to this. I wanted to keep this a one-layer card, which I honestly don't even do that often, but I wanted to give this a shot, and this was a really easy image to cut out from that post-it note tape. So there I have my mask applied, and then I took a piece of cardstock same size as my card base, which is the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I cut out a heart into that cardstock, and I'm just adhering that to my card with some post-it note tape. I like the tape because it doesn't rip my paper, so I use this quite often. And then I'm coming in with some Abandoned Coral Distress Ink Oxide. And I'm just applying that around the heart, holding down my areas, coming in lightly, making sure I don't catch the edge of that heart there, that pointy part. And I didn't want to make my masking paper come up. So I just went around the whole area, added that heart image. And now once I have a good amount of ink down on my paper, I'm going to go ahead and remove that heart mask or stencil that I created. So I'll just lightly peel back that Post-it tape and reveal my heart, which I thought turned out really great on the cardstock, on this Kraft cardstock. And then I'll carefully peel up the mask from my image. And so I have that little heart just kind of placed with the rhino. I like how they kind of slightly overlap. And then I'll come in and I'm just going to add a sentiment to my card. This is also going to be from the Wild Ones stamp set. And I'll use some VersaFine ink to stamp that down. That's just a really nice solid black ink that I have found works really well stamping on top of distressed oxide ink. And that's going to finish off my card for today. I hope you really enjoyed this process and maybe give Coloring on Kraft a try. I'll have all the supplies listed down below along with the Copic markers that I used. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Have a wonderful day.